think that's on. I don't know. I think that's on. Yeah, okay. No audio is working now. All right, so yeah, okay. I think I got it fixed. I didn't have the audio selected in there. It's been a while since I've been on my A2 Mini, and have a little holiday cheer. Kind of want to do a little Christmas quick episode, not that long. Hopefully, I won't be on there that long. You guys have all family things to do. And what time is it now? It's about 2 o'clock California time. So it's later on the East Coast and not so later in the Midwest, and definitely as it is right now. Fine. But I don't know, quick update. Dogfire Paintball is doing good. I kind of want to kind of start this episode with, well, I've got to check things here. It looks like my streaming fast enough? Let's see who's all here. I'm able to bring the little chat things up. I got to figure out how to get that working again. Let's see. Beardworks is here. Jake, and then RB. Hey, hey RB, how's it going? Things are great. Like my little surround thing I have here, a little festive Christmas time stuff. But kind of want to. I don't know if I'm going to have another video. This is episode 11 of season 1 of Dogfire Live on YouTube, and yeah, I can't believe I've hammered out 11 of these, which is not to say much. Some people are doing them once a week. I'm not going to do that. That's too much. And but I kind of wanted to give a shout out to obviously to number one customers of mine, people that have supported Dogfire Paintball this last year and a half, or this year, 2021. I completely appreciate my customers. There's a lot of customers that bought. I had a family emergency, had to get off down to Mexico to my wife's family and put my mother-in-law in a home down there, and I think I did a quick little live feed on that. Maybe I did, I can't remember if I did or not, but a little update on that. And she's 80 some years old and has dementia and Alzheimer's and a bunch of stuff, so we had to get her into a facility that could care for her better than what my brother-in-law and my wife could. And so I spent that time down there, had wasn't vacation at all. It was definitely workcation. And so people suffered were the customers, and I missed Black Friday and all those type of things, and Cyber Monday and all that stuff. Dogfire just wasn't able to put anything together for that. And the folks that did make orders and had to wait because I didn't have anyone to ship for me, thank you for waiting. I didn't have any canceled orders, so I'm very appreciative of that. Hopefully I've compensated everyone handsomely. I think people got some Dogfire lube, which is slick oleum. Go check it out. And for people that are all panicky about lubes. But they got some of that, and they got some other things in their goodie bags. And so I think one guy goes, "What are these things?" And I go, "Well, that's just kind of free stuff I threw in there." And he was really appreciative. I think I put a whole bunch of Loctite of the Vibratite, the purple stuff. I have small little vials of it. It's really good for like kits and stuff like that. I put that in the kits and stuff like that. So just nice things. But I want a big shout out thanks to everyone that's purchased from Dogfire Paintball, everyone that purchased the Fire Series autocockers. And out of all the Fire Series, we started with the first two, number 1 and number 2, which was the we had Flame Nebula, which was the blue one. That was the number 2. And then we had Belevi, which is boiling, BLEB, boiling liquid expanding vapor explosion, which is a firefighter term. I always have to, I think that's what it is. Hopefully I got it right. But all your firefighters out there, they'll know what I'm talking about. But that was the red one, and that went up to a gentleman up in Oregon. I met last year at Super Game. And then I think the third one was, man, I'm trying to remember. I gotta remember how they all came out. The third one was Magma, which was not my favorite type of ano. It was a dust black with a gloss black splash on it. When you look at photos of it, it doesn't photo well. It doesn't photo well in certain circumstances, but it is a stunning mark. I'd actually buy one of those ano jobs like that for myself. If I wanted a gun, that would be a wall hanger. But let's see. Then we had the green gun, which was Blimford. It was supposed to be Belford, which is after the Belford fire engines, but the green wasn't British Racing green. It was a cross between that and Loctite green. I would say it's kind of close to this little color right here in this little bulb thing. It was supposed to be closer to this color right here, this darker green, and the anodizer just didn't get that, or didn't care. And it's the anodizer is no longer being used. And no, it's not Aesthetic. Aesthetic has done some great things for Dockfire Paintball, so I'm very appreciative of that. It was another anodizer that is since probably not doing much paintball stuff anymore. But we're not here to bash anodizers. They all are busy just like anyone else. Let's see. I think hopefully the audio is working. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. The other thing, let's see. Okay, now let's go through the other. So we had the Blimford, and then we had the pink gun. You guys haven't seen the pink gun. Pink gun went to Mr. Tubbs and his daughter, who plays on, man, I'm going to forget the name of the team. Team Crush, their Midwest team. And his daughter is she was in high school and she went to college, and she got the pink gun. And I was really hesitant on selling a pink gun. I didn't really want to have a pink gun, but I was convinced that it was going to the right person, and so we sold the pink gun. And that one, I haven't named yet. They still need the challenge coin. That gun went directly to them from Shock Tech, just because it was easier on shipping. And then they're supposed to send it back to me for a end of the year tune up, and I'm going to get the serial numbers lasered for them and get their challenge coin in there and some of the other goodies that go with that gun. Let's see. Thanks, Bearded Works. I appreciate that. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Then we had the Duty Brown gun, which is smoke. We had Ash, which was my gun, which is in the back on the room. And I should bring it in here, but maybe I'll bring it in a second. Oh, then we had an Agua, which went to a gentleman down in Southern California, and that was the water gun, the kind of the blues and blacks, and we had the orange gun with 007, which was ARC, I think it was. And I'm trying to remember, we made a total of, I think there's a total of 12 guns. My gun being serialized to number 11, mine being the prototype 000, the P gun, and that is the Ash, the first one. And then I know I'm missing one here. There were several of them, but anyway, more of those are coming. So we're doing another run. So I don't know how long we're going to keep doing that fire series. I kind of have some ideas on the next naming convention for them, but I'll leave that kind of here. Say, hey, Charles. Oh, yeah, Code Blue. That's right. There's two others. Thanks, Charles. Code Blue. And the reason I don't remember Code Blue, we sold that at ICPL. I actually carted it back out to ICPL, we put it on the table, and it literally was the first gun to sell at ICPL Chicago. The first gun on the table to sell. And then we had the other gun that needs to be laser engraved, which is Inferno, or Dante's Inferno, which that one they got the challenge coin, but they need to send it back to me to get it laser engraved. Did I laser engrave that one? No, we didn't, because I didn't have it yet. Yeah, so that's the other one. That one is the one that Tyler Fair did. And if you want to go look at that, I don't have a photo of it. Go to Aesthetic Anodizing, go to the Instagram page, and start scrolling down there, and you'll see this one that's like these oranges and yellows and some reds, acid, multicolor acid. Stunning gun, and it's why that we're going to send as much stuff as we can to Tyler, because he does nice work. And just like any anodizer, they all have pros and cons. They all They all do great work, and sometimes they have stuff that just doesn't work out. But everything that I've got from him, there's been 2 guns. I had my free flow gun, my clutch he did, and it was a blue and acid, dust blue and black acid. Beautiful anno job on it. Finish work was amazing on the marker, and so I did get that. Yep, thanks Charles, Inferno. So for all you folks that bought that, and whoever bought the blue, code blue, let me know. I don't have your name. I'd like to get your information and add you to the list of stuff. But as an older gentleman, my age, when I say older, it's my age. I'm the fat old guy. And but thank you for buying that stuff. That's awesome. I'd never thought that Dogfire, which started off as a name and from like my first year of college, and nothing related with paintball. If anything, it was with online gaming for the longest time, but it was really a college thing. It was weird, but I'm not going to go into that. That's too much stuff. So thank you, folks. Everyone that bought stuff from me. I've been making I've been making big orders from ShockTech about every month. And so stuff's moving. I've got some Inception stuff in now. I did set up a dealer account with Simon from Inception a while ago, but I had a lot of money invested over into ShockTech and the Fire Series guns that I couldn't really order much stuff from Simon right out of the get-go. And I'm finally on that, so I'm getting some Inception stuff in. I do have a cool project gun coming. Here, what we're going to do. Maybe we'll be if I get that before the end of the year. Maybe that will be the 12th episode. We'll be building this really cool new machining-ish. Yeah, you guys are gonna like it. It's pretty cool. I have it, so I have that coming. Some of the folks have seen it. I think Charles has seen it. So Charles. He's probably seen a photo. I don't know if he has or not. He may not. I may not have shown Charles. I know that Bearded Works hasn't seen a photo. But anyway, that gun is that's going to be a build. So if I get, I called Anotech today, where it's being anodized, and they actually. She was supposed to call me back, and she didn't. And it's the day before Christmas Eve, and I'll call next week. So hopefully I get it back next week. If I do, I don't know, maybe I'll do New Year's Day one or something like that. No, everyone's just sleeping. So I don't celebrate New Year's like I used to. It's like I fall asleep. I'm old. Can't help it. It's funny. I kind of feel like my dad now. He always says like, "Oh, I fall asleep." So we have that coming. Trying to think. I have some projects that I have to do. I have some paid projects with ShockTech that I did finish, which is basically it's the tech videos for parts and the build video and manual and everything for. This is the Tyler Fair. What do they call this? Anodized, Charles. It's the pearlescent shimmer, something like that. So this is. I was waiting for. They sent me black pneumatics by accident. Mark didn't. When he sent the stuff to me, Mark from ShockTech, he was busy throwing out orders for Christmas, and he said I just threw the wrong pneumatics, and so I was waiting for the silver pneumatics to get in here. And then we're trying to figure out how to do something different with the back, and I got a plan with this. This is Delrin. I may be able to Cerakote it. I don't know. I don't really want to Cerakote it. I may be able to get an aluminum one. I got to talk to Danny on that, or a white one. A white one would look phenomenal on it, and I think I may be able to have Danny machine a white one. But this gun will be for sale on ShockTech's website when it gets built. But it's being utilized right now for the videos of assembly videos and the photos and stuff like that. It's just the gun that they sent me with a marker. So anyway, let's see. I got to scroll down through these things. Pearl. Okay, Charles says it's the pearl. Yeah, it's the pearl. It looks like or abalone, like an abalone shell is what it looks like. It's not my taste, but it is a stunning anodizing. It is, and it's hard to do on this. I was talking to Tyler and Charles that it's really hard to get a super hard, like that buttery gloss on these Desert Foxes because of this hexagon in here. You would kind of blow through all those little hexagons and they would start disappearing. And I think they went as far as they could, but it is, to me, it looks like the inside of an abalone shell, and that isn't like a buttery gloss. But it has this very shimmery effect, and just the attention to detail. I know that he pre-assembled a lot of these parts and screwed on the barrel, and so a lot of the stuff is actually, when it screws on, like the regulator screws on, and the blues all kind of line up and like it should. So it's just really well done. And but anyway, so that's coming. I'm gonna make sure that I'm catching up with chat here. So we have that coming up. Probably more in the next year. I'm gonna work on some videos probably tomorrow, maybe tonight, on parts. These videos won't be available on my YouTube channel. They'll be available on the ShockTech's YouTube channel. I think we may dual post them, but they are for ShockTech. They are not. I'm not representing myself as Doc Fire. I'm representing myself as ShockTech when I do those videos. I'll probably slip up in a couple, but I'll try to clean them up. But it's the official tech information on these O-ring sizes, lubrication recommendations from their manufacturer. Although we know there's hundreds of lubrications out there and everyone has their opinions, which is fine. That's your right. You own it. You can do whatever you want with it. It's your marker. But the manufacturer is going to suggest certain things, just like any manufacturer does. And just a kind of a spoiler alert, if you guys are curious. Let me grab these two things. I will show you ShockTech's 2 factory, actually kind of 2.5 factory recommended lubrications. Their oil is LA Co. And the zoom spout, and the number is the number on it. I can't remember what the number is. Oh, here it is right here. It's, if I can get this to focus, right there. Part number 79704. This is their general purpose oil that they put on their hammers and stuff like that. What they'll run there. This is what they use. They've been using this for the last umpteen years, I guess. And the other is good old Slick Oleum. They switched over to Slick Oleum from Dow 33 Light. He used Dow 33 Light for essentially the three-way, the RAM, the LPR, and the HPR assembly. And he was honestly having issues with O-rings. And I don't know if it's the manufacturer of O-rings that he had, but they had issues where they had a lot of people have O-rings go flat on them from the Dow 33. And he's not official. This isn't official. He's thinking they went flat. This is Danny. He was just having issues with it, where he actually changed some designs. And we'll talk about that in the tech videos. But he's been using the Slick Lamb now for quite some while. If you start looking, if you buy any new products, you pull apart the RAM, you'll see a clear lube in there. Looks like Vaseline. It's Slick Lamb, so that's what he uses. And so that's how the guns go, and they work fine. So, but you know, it's your gun. When you get it, you can pull whatever, put a lube you want in it. Make yourself happy. Float your boat. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, those videos are going to be worked on. Oh, let's see. I thanked all the folks that bought stuff. I got another load of those master kits. I have 2 left. I have the master kit. This is the master kit of ShockTech parts, and this is the level 2 kit. And so I had a name for these. I can't remember what I called them. But this one is your lower tube, upper tube, and pneumatics, ball detent. I think that's it. The master kit comes with basically every part to exchange, like if you have an old War Games marker, full size or standard 2K, it exchanges all your pneumatics, assuming that your pump arm and your timing collar, your timing rod is fine. It doesn't have those. But your lower tube, your upper tube, your front pneumatics, the frame, the beaver tail, and the ball detent are all replaced. And so that's basically creates a Shock Tech marker out there for you. Let's see if I'm catching up on chat. Top chat, let's see here. Live chat, I think everything's working here. So so I still have a couple of those. Had a lot of people buy those. Just got a ton of Shock Tech stuff in. I got a whole bunch of the, Shock Tech's not selling the O-rings individually for the 3-ways because the issues they're having with them, so they're selling them on the shaft, right? And these are all the new shafts, if I can get that to focus. Got the breached 1/16 of an inch Allen thing, so you can adjust it from the end on it. Have a bunch of those in, so those are in stock. And this is just some of the stuff I hang it up here because it's easier to deal with. I'm looking back here. I guess check out a whole bunch of new old stock. I need to repost some stuff up on that. But got a lot of stuff that just came in. So if you guys are looking, let's see. Okay, yeah, whatever. Okay. What else is going on? Trying to think. There are some other. Oh, I have stuff here in front of me. So there's a guy on Facebook that posted these 9, basically almost a 10-inch barrel, like 9 3/4 inches, something like that. I got his name right here. Dan Shep, and he's out of Pennsylvania. And so he's apparently the family either runs a medical company that makes medical products for the medical industry and machining stuff, metal stuff for the medical industry. And so he's a paintball player, and he came up with these short barrels. Now this one doesn't look like the one that's photoed because I reached out to him, and I think it's cool. I always like new stuff. And I said, I used to shoot a 10-inch barrel. That's the barrel I used to shoot for years. When paint was actually wonderful and shot great. And I think I had Lapco barrels, Lapco big shots. What was my other 10-inch barrel? Had a bunch of 10-inch and 12-inch barrels. I never shot anything over that. That was just what I got used to and liked. And my gun shot great. They were louder, but back then he didn't really care about that stuff. But this is basically his first design, or his. This isn't the current one. The new one's more tapered and it has fluted channels for the ports, and I think the ports are a little smaller diameter. But essentially, I said, hey, look, at all your sizes are too big for paint, at least here in California. I don't know how it is where he lives. And he says they basically 6, 8, 5-ish they had good luck with for kind of the summertime when it's a bit more humid-ish. And then I think the winter they're down in the 6.8, 6.82-ish range. And so he kind of made a little larger ports. But I said, look, do you have anything below like 680? He goes, I have 680s. So it's an older design, the older outside, but he says the inside, if I can get this to reflect in here. I don't know if you guys can see the polish. I don't know, it's kind of hard to get the focus in there right, but the inside's all the same. And the porting, I think the distance of the porting is the same. So it's about a 9-inch barrel. And RB, I'll answer that in a second. I just saw that post. And then it's probably about just a little bit over 6 inches, maybe save 7 inches of control board all the way through, but you start porting, and essentially the air starts escaping out. But I went and shot fine. I put it on an EMEC. It's a loud gun. You know where I see these really being, if I was a field owner, I'd reach out to them and get a whole bunch of these for your EMECs. This is a durable. You could sell the crap out of these things to field owners, because I know that some of them are looking for stuff that maybe fits their paint a little bit better, and it's a little bit more accurate marker. But anyway, I reached out, got it. I've shot it. I don't have a review on it. I'm not going to do a review. Hey, William. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas, everyone. Sad shop. So, I want to throw him a little bit of money. I want to see his product. I think it's cool. And he took some. He went on Facebook, and anytime you go on Facebook, I don't care what it is, you always be prepared, because someone's either not going to like it, which is fine. That's their human right to be able to oppose and not like something. That's just gets a thick skin. You'll need it on Facebook. And so he took a little beating up, but I questioned him. He seemed pretty passionate about it, and either it survives or it doesn't. But I may be interested in purchasing a few for the store, trying them out, and we'll see. But anyway, on the O-rings, is that going to be permanent moving on? I don't know. Danny Love is really interesting. It's pretty interesting. It's only him and Mark that run Shock Tech, and Danny's the mechanical side, and Mark's the more the business side of the house. So with that, is it going to be important? Danny's pretty. He wants to get good products out there, and I know he was having issues with some tolerance stuff, because he got some O-rings and they changed their sizes, because he custom ordered these in the pinkish red color they are, and I don't know what material they are. He's always been a little wishy-washy on that. I tried to get it out of him multiple times, but I do know in past experience, I can say that if in a pinch, they are 003 O-rings, by the way. He doesn't hide the size. It's a different compound. I don't know, and maybe that's why the Dow 33 wasn't really happy with it, because there's some O-ring compounds that aren't really fond of silicon lubes, and so not many, and I don't know if this is that compound or not, but he was having where some customers are complaining that you get the old A&S 3-way hiss, and where you tap on it and stuff like that when it hiss if you touch the timing rod collar. It's not really leaking. It's only if you pushed on it with your finger, and it's not the end of the world. You're not dumping enough air out of the thing to make any difference. But people don't like that, and so he wanted to fix that. And so I had heard some complaints that people think that they're much snugger, and obviously when this is a brand new one, there's no lube on it at all, because they come in a package with the 3-ways are not assembled, and it is a much snugger fit. And there are some people that aren't really thrilled with that, and I could say here, because I have to be careful on what I say on the Shock Tech videos, because if I put my own 2 cents on things, how things should be, that's not their words, and they want to provide a consistent message out to folks as a factory message. But what I've done in the past on these is, if I have one that goes bad in the field, it's a 003, and I usually carry a little piece of like 800 grit sandpaper. It's a small square piece. I'll put it in my O-ring thing. I've always done that, and I roll it up in a tube, and I'll sand the O-ring, and basically it takes that flashing off, and I'll fit it, and you can get a 003 to fit. Just the standard durometer, the 70 durometer 003 don't fit. You can sand it to fit, and it's not going to hurt anything. You're just sanding the O-ring. If you sand too much, you just pop that O-ring off and throw another one on there. So in the short run, just get some 003s and a little bit of 800 grit sandpaper, like a little 1 inch by 1 inch square. Roll it into a little tube, and you can just kind of sand it, and that should last you forever. But that's my recommendation. We got the dogs are in here right now. But yeah, I think, I think there's a lot of manufacturers out there have gone through this O-ring issue. I think every manufacturer that have done paintball, especially autocockers in 3-ways, it's this one piece that's always difficult. I know, like, they changed from a Buna to urethane O-ring on their piston ram because of the tolerances on the Bunas are just a tad bit smaller, and you have that little flashing around the edge of the Buna, the mold flashing, and when that wears away, then you start getting the leaky thing. So yeah, I agree with you, William, and you're right. They'll think that it's a leaky 3-way, and it's really a ram. And William says that a lot of people think that 3-ways exhaust is a leak. Yeah, you're right. It's a leak sometimes. People think that there are 3-ways leaking, and they don't know why. Because on one of these 3 O-ring 3-ways, you need these exhaust ports on the outer edge of the 3-way housing. And if your ram shaft is leaking, it's leaking past that and then blowing out that, and it sounds like your 3-way's leaking. And then a lot of times just an O-ring fix on your ram, and that fixes that, which we'll talk more about in those videos with the Shock Tech stuff. So stay tuned to those. Hope I'll get those whipped out. I have to like create those videos, do the editing, which sucks, and then get it approved before it gets broadcasted out there. So that all takes a little bit of time, stuff like that. But let's see, what else? What other things? Oh yeah. So Charles, don't get mad at me on this. I'm gonna grab this right here. Yes, this one. I'm pissed because I scratched my freaking LPR on this gun. But this is Doc Fire's. This has been my main shooter for many years, and it's changed iteration. It came with a chrome hinge frame, and then I put a chrome bell cells on it, and then I found the matching frame. Isn't that crazy? Someone posted this, and I go, I think it goes to this gun. It's Benchmark, and this is a Merlin. Obviously, Merlin. You can see let's bring it up here so you can see it. And it's gone through a lot of iterations. It had Palmer's LPR and RAM and 3-way, and the RAM was a non-rebuildable RAM. It finally gave up the ghost, so that got replaced. And this is a Resurrection RAM, which ends up an older generation Resurrection RAM, and I think they were the better ones. The barbs actually line up like they should when you screw it on, and so it's actually a good one. And then it's an Empire. It's kind of interesting. It's an Empire LPR, but the Empire Resurrection LPR, but the Empire Resurrection LPRs are AKA LPRs. And if I remember, this may be an AKA body. I can't remember if AKA bodies are 2-piece or 1-piece. And the stainless steel AKA back, and then an Empire for every. I mean, literally, I don't know. They copied AKA. And I mean, you could exchange pistons, everything, which was hilarious, and kind of feel bad for Jared. I don't think he knew that was going on. He was just too busy kind of running that company. But anyway, so on this, flip it over this side, it's got a 3-way, and this is the prototype 3-way. I made 10 prototype 3-ways. I designed, and Charles Bird has one of them. But we're going to send them out to techs and players to use. Jake from Bitterworks has one, and I made them because I was thinking about maybe doing my own 3-way, and I still am to a certain degree. I just have so many other kind of projects that this one got put on the back burner, and so I've kind of decided to open source it. And I know that people have asked me about the product, or you know, ask me about when I'm gonna come out with them. There's a couple changes I made to them. I have all the drawings that are done by the machine shop that made these out of Oregon, but you can see it doesn't look like anything fancy. I have face detection on, so it's gonna. And it's a 3 O-ring design. This one, it's got the coupler is a one piece like an Inception or Resurrection. It actually uses the same O-rings. It's pretty much the same. It's pretty much a copy of the dimensions of the O-rings widths, and the O-rings. It's all 1x3mm O-rings on it. But the thing that's different on this is, and maybe not that innovative, but it's still it's a stainless steel body. It's a little blue piece of painter's tape on there. That's just to put a little friction on this. But what I always saw is I kind of wanted to have, this is like an old STO style. Little vent holes in the bottom, exhaust ports that line everything up. Listening to my dogs are eating something. Hey, get out of there. But anyway, I always looked at, you know, back in the day before we had some autococker stuff come back, where parts are getting sparse, man, and you know, people were re-anodizing stuff, and or they were, you know, Loctiting the three-way onto the front block, which is their prerogative. They want to do it. Something I don't necessarily do. I do it on some stuff, not everything. It depends on the marker, but anyway, it's your prerogative. It's your gun. Do what you want. That's the way I look at it. The interesting thing was that either you get plier marks on them or something like that, and it always kind of bugged me, and I kind of wanted to create the Sacrificial Lamb. And this can be created, if I get it into focus, this could be, you know, this is I made it kind of look like an old STO because I liked it, and it fit these parts. It looked right. I 3D printed some stuff, so when the prototypers got it, they got some 3D printed. They got this part. I asked them not to use it initially in the field until later. Now they all can use it. And I wanted a 3D printed one on it because it was funny looking, and people would, I don't know, it just was there. I don't have a 3D printed one here. It's just a part that slips over. And so like you could change the look. And so this was originally going to be open source for anyone to either 3D print, machine their own. Hell, you didn't have to put it on. If you wanted to just have a piece of stainless steel on there, you could do that. And so from the project, from the prototyping, I learned a couple things. We got some dimensions. These function absolutely fine. I put the little screw right there. It's too far forward, so like on some shafts, on a full size, you have to get one of the, you have to make a custom shaft. And these are 632 threaded, not 5x40. I did that for a reason. And I'll kind of go through a little bit of that if people are interested. Let's see. Hey, Wayne. Wayne's from Sacramento. He's a friend of mine. So it's the three-way functions like a three-way. Hold on a second. Hey, come here. Oh, come here. So I have, that's the squeaking you're hearing down there is Angus. Angus is my O-ring eater. What are you doing there, buddy? Huh? He wants attention, so he talks to me. But he's got a sister. And I have Peanut, who is little Peanut. Oh, Peanut is a little older. This is his sister. And the other sister, Peaches, is somewhere, but this is Peanut. So they're my buddies when my wife's at work. But anyway, so the three-way, what was I saying? So the whole idea behind it was I wanted a sacrificial outside sleeve that could be re-anodized multiple times, lost, broken, whatever, but it doesn't look like garbage. And so I did that. It takes the same barbs like the Inception, the Resurrection barbs, or the shock type barbs, which are essentially I can't remember what thread it is, but all those barbs will work on it. And well, let's do this. Let's go like that. That's a little easier. And so let's see if I can zoom in. There we go. And I've got a little reflection on it, but you guys can see that it comes off there. So it is, yeah, just a three-way. It's a 3 O-ring three-way. What I may change, or what I recommend whoever does this, is on a mini body, they're fine when you have this coupler, or on an extended reach like an Inception gun or a Resurrection, where you don't have the coupler shaft going through a vertical ASA, or like on a shock tech or something like that, like a minied, then this is fine. But since you have one of these, and people that have like an Inception three-way, nothing against the three-way, but for you to change the three-way O-rings on that, you have to take the frame off, and then sometimes a vertical ASA, depending on how it's set up, to get to those O-rings. And so I'm probably going to redraw the shaft as more like a shock tech shaft that's got stuck in backwards. So I'll have it back in like this, and it goes into a regular coupled three-way coupler, and that just makes it for ease of maintenance. Those 1x3 O-rings, if they get clipped, then yeah, it could. Nice cats. Yeah, thanks, William. They're not cats; they're wiener dogs. They're amazing little turds. But if that O-ring gets cut, which sometimes they do, and like on an Inception gun, it's not an issue. On a Resurrection, it's not an issue, because to get that off, you just pull the frame off and slide that thing out, and it's really easy to change it. But I kind of want to be able to just, without having to take the frame off, is be able to just pull it right out the front. Let's go back to here. Pull it just right out the front, and do that. Oh, the other thing is in the end. If I can show this, let's see. It looks like a screwdriver. Well, that's the same size Allen wrench as it's a 1/16 of an inch slot. So you can use a screwdriver to adjust it, or you can use the Allen. Right? The Allen will fit in there. Hey, squeaker, quiet. And so that was the idea. The other kind of cool thing is you don't need, this cap has a hole in the end for traditional look, but I have a cap that has no hole in the end, and that was tested. It doesn't need the hole in the end. And actually, the idea behind that was to keep paint from going on the inside and getting paint in on your O-rings or a shell. We've had paintball shells in there before. I've had, not a whole bunch of times. It's not like super common or like that. But anyway, that's what it was for. And we had the prototypers that all signed an NDA on it, and that's all null and void. They're more welcome. They got to keep the part. So I spent, I don't know, probably close to $3,000 on 10 pieces. And by the time of shipping and everything else, it was a lot of money in this. And I kind of look at it and I'm like, I don't want to make parts. It's a pain in the ass. I mean, I can do it. I just don't know if I really want to do it. And there's people out there that really want to do it. And so I'm going to open source it. So there's some folks I've already reached out to, and those folks will get the designs. But I've decided if I'm going to sell the plans, and if whoever wants them, then they'll sell them on my website, and you can buy the plans, all the drawings, for a nominal price, maybe $50 or something like that. And then you have all the drawings, and then you can go out there. And the only thing I asked is someone makes a big run on them. I think, who was the manufacturer that went out there and open sourced the patent on some valve they made, and basically said, look, if you're a major company to make these, I'm going to look for maybe some sort of a royalty or something. I'm not going to look for royalties, but take care of the designer. And it's not like I designed anything super amazing. It's another three-way. That's all it is. It just has some different features, and some people like it, some people don't, and that's okay. That's the beautiful thing about paintball stuff. Not everyone likes everything. That's why there's a lot of options, and especially for the 350 paintball. But anyway, I like it. They work really good. And if someone makes this and if they are going to make a run of them, just, you know, send me one. It'd be awesome. I'd love to have a run of each manufacturer that makes one. It'd be pretty cool if that ever happens. But I'm going to open source it. I'll probably make some announcement and have all the files. I got to get the files from the machine shop that did all the drawings for me. That's what costs a lot of money. And if someone's really interested, I can get you in hold of the machine shop and you can go to bid on them. They are like a Swiss screw shop, kind of. They're a medium production. They're not a large. So we were, I was going to do some quotes of like runs of like from 100 to 500 pieces. And I think at 500 was their max. They weren't going to, they said they were going to send me to a Swiss screw shop to do better on that. But if you're looking to do like a run of 1,000, a Swiss screw shop would make sense. But more than that. But anyway, this, not the gun, this 3-way can be your design or your creation, my design, if you want. Works good. Oh, one other thing with this 3-way. One of the other ideas behind it that is totally functional is since I used the internal dimensions, the size of the port, the O-rings, and then the width between the 3-ways, and then the same 3-way barbs, and the outer exhaust holes. Because really, the O-rings on a 3 O-ring design, the O-rings cross, the center O-ring crosses the center barb hole, okay? As you move it back and forth, it transfers air from one chamber to the other chamber, right? The outer O-rings only cross the exhaust hole. So either they open up the exhaust or they close the exhaust, if that makes any sense. So if it's forward, right? So if it moves forward, I remember how this works. Yes, if it moves forward in the closed position, we're in the rest position, air comes in to the back chamber. It seals off the back vent, but that has this open. This is always open. And then as this moves forward, the air comes back out of here into this chamber, then out the exhaust because it opens up the exhaust port. Okay, and then likewise just reverse on the back side. And so hence why you don't need the hole in the front necessarily if you have enough ports. This has a port on the top and bottom. They're the same diameter hole on the top and bottom as the input hole, but if you double those holes, your surface area, the diameter of the hole is now much larger, and it's almost equitable to the size of the holes, which these are complete drill throughs on it, because I just want big ports there. It's snappy, works really good. Everyone that has it, Mark Davis has one, and he loves it. Whoops, let me do that. But stuff like that. So I'm trying to think. So yeah, that will be out there. If someone's interested, link them to this video. That also drive me nuts. And then I'm going to do a final thanks for all the people that have sort of supported Dogfire Paintball throughout the years. YouTube channel, all my subscribers. I definitely appreciate that. Seeing who's on here. Charles Bird. Yeah. Let's see. That's that. Let's see. Oh, yeah, this is kind of cool. So I just did this. I did some laser stuff for a friend of mine, and you guys can see that. It's a penis pursuit shot. Girth still means something. That logo look familiar? Actually, it went to Craig Palmer. It's a joke because I have the. He had. I'll show you guys this. He's created the Dick Fire gun, and so he did the Dick Fire gun. You guys have seen this. It's my KP3 that I have. That was. I can't be really careful because this could get pulled down. But the bolt on it is shaped like a penis, right? And so we call it the Dick Fire gun. This was built. I had it rebarreled. It's a KP rifle that I got from some friends a long time ago, and I had it rebarreled at Palmer's Pursuit. Uh-oh. I don't know, still. It's Cerakote. It's okay. Not going to hurt it. For 680, so it fits like current paint. And then widgets put in it. So it's kind of cool. And so I returned the favor to Craig when he was looking for a regulator all tuned out and for some specific stuff that he had. And so I said, hey, do you want me to laser engrave Palmer's on it? He goes, oh, that'd be great. I go, no problem there, buddy. Let me take care of you. So I took care of it because that was a surprise to me. And I appreciate it. And he thought I was going to cut it off. No, it stays on there forever. That's called the Dick Fire gun. I absolutely love it. I think it's great. Thank you, Craig. So, so thanks out there. And I'm probably going to miss some people. There are people in this group. So I have Wayne Mills. William, I don't know if I've met you before. I think I have, maybe. I don't know. If you purchase stuff for me, thank you. Have a lot of customers. I can't remember all their names. Charles Bird. I talked to Charles. Sorry, Charles, I haven't talked to you a lot. It's been holiday season, but I talked to Charles a lot. Jake from Bearder Works. Another great tech. Canadian techs, Charles Bird, if he's taking work right now, but I don't think he is. Hey, maybe. It's holiday time. Charles, you taking work? No. Another, if you're in Canada, Charles is a good tech if he's taking work. I don't know if he is. I don't want to stuff a whole bunch of work down his plate. Jake from Bearder Works, he's in the East Coast. Jake, I just sent a master kit to you from one of your customers for a build, and I think it's for that. I think it's for it's a Merlin that has that rotted frame on it. But anyway, I don't know if you're still in here, Jake, or not, but that got mailed off, and it should be there in a few days. So 2 days. I don't know. We'll see. So you'll probably see it right after Christmas. Most guess. And let's see. I gotta say thanks to the folks out there. Wayne Mills. Wayne Mills is local, and Wayne goes to Super Game with us with his brother-in-law. I've known Wayne for quite some time. Let's see, William. Hey, Doc. Hey, Doc. Are Palmer's PM guns? You know, I don't know, William, if they're soldered together with lead or silver solder. I don't know. I know when he took me in the room that he does it in, and everything in that room is corroded. And then the corrosion kind of goes on the outside. He has to have vents in there and stuff like that because the solder that he uses, or the flux is an acid flux, and the acid's super corrosive. So everything in that room rusts. And so like all the tools are rusty, and so he has to be really careful. And when that room is separated from everything else. But Shane Burns, Shane B that just showed on. Holy cow, you're still live. Yeah, I know. It's supposed to be a short one. I don't know. I can't do short. Let's go down the list. Jason Antle from Angry Antle. Been very supportive. If you guys haven't had stuff machined by him or bought any of his guns, go do so. Shock Deck, Danny Love and Mark Davis. Simon Stevens from Deception Designs. Buddy. As much as Buddy and I kind of bicker back and forth on certain things. We don't really bicker back and forth. Buddy's an autococker enthusiast. He's built that free flow line, and you know, really commend him. That's not easy work to do. And so I know kind of the industry folks out there. Ninja Paintball, thank you, Ninja Paintball. CP, thank you, CP Products. Hogue Grips, Tech T, Anotech. For some stuff they've done for me and they're doing for me. I'm trying to get some of the aesthetic anodizing. Thank you very much. Because I've used him. I haven't used any of the other ones besides him and Anotech. And I'm still using Anotech. Anotech wasn't any of the fire guns. It was another company. And let's see. Killshot Customs, Dan Rizzani. Shane Burns, I've already mentioned. Mark Davis hand engraving, the Mark Davis Mark V guns, Rich Sconey, Craig Palmer, Tim Furpo, Russell Miller, all guys those guys they're local to me, and I'll go hang out with them every once in a while. And Koa from Hawaii, Pump Paintball, and if you ever met Koa, he's just a great character, and I'm going to miss some people here. Peanut Autococker works. Peanut Works. He's a newer guy that's getting a tech business put together. I met him at ICPL. Really nice gentleman. We have Oh, it's Jackie and her husband, and I'm losing his name right now. I'm horrible with names. I remember faces forever. That I met at Super Game Indiana, and man, we have Ryan Jameson from Ryan Jameson Paintball, RJ Paintball. Dylan Lassalis, although we disagree on things, I'm thankful for Dylan and stuff that he does in the Gawker community. And let's see, I know I'm losing names. It's killing me. Other people from Super Game in Indiana, I'm losing a couple people's names there, and I feel horrible. I play online games with some of them, but they always have their their game names. Mine's Darkfire, so that's pretty easy. I know I'm missing folks out there, and I feel really horrible. I'm trying to think of all the people to go to Super Game with. But anyway, thank you guys. It wasn't if not for your guys' support, Darkfire Paintball, and the customer support, stuff like that, it wouldn't exist. No. I would just be Darkfire YouTube channel doing reviews on autococker parts, which is kind of hard to do because most of them are really good right now. Like 99% of them. Did someone just try to call me? Recent. Shane Burns tried. I don't know why the phone didn't ring, Shane. That was weird. It's not on mute, is it? I don't know. Maybe it is. I'll call you in a minute. But anyway, let's see. Shane. Pac-Man. Pac-Man from Hawaii, who also lives in Washington, is a solid dude too. I don't know who Pac-Man is. But if I missed your name, I apologize. There's just a lot of folks. I've never been good with names. And CK Paintball, Mecha Life. You can see his shirt back there, right there. I met him last year at Super Game. And the guy that's one of the sales managers at Defy Paintball sent me some paint to test out. And although it's made in China, like most paint is, or Canada, not that that's wrong, that's made in Canada, there isn't much US made paint. It was really, the shot really good. But, all right, hey, calm down. Dogs are going nuts. But anyway, thank you, everyone. And with that, everyone have a Merry Christmas, because I'm traditional, and Happy New Year's. And if you're Hanukkah, right on, Happy Hanukkah and all that stuff. And if you're not religious and you don't celebrate Christmas, then have a great day, I guess, in the next just couple weeks, and a great December month. I don't know. I don't really care. But I'm going to have a great Christmas. I have family coming up. And yeah, and I will hopefully have a build video. Oh yeah, that'd be pretty badass. But we'll see. Anyway, thank you for everyone that supported, and yeah, Merry Christmas. Everyone out.